Why do some painters struggle finding good painters, and then others seem to have them lining outside the door? Interesting question, and it seems to pop up over and over and over again when I'm talking to painters and business owners. Now, more than 5 times in the last 2 weeks, I've had this question. Taz, hey guys, welcome to the Painters Circle, where we help painting business owners scale their operations, increase profitability, and gain more time freedom. I'm Taz Mullis, and in this podcast, I'll share actionable tips, expert strategies, and real-world insights that'll help you grow your painting business without burning you out. Ready to take your painting business to the next level? Let's go. Oh yeah! How come it's so hard finding good team members, finding good painters? Now, I'm going to help you understand this dynamic and hopefully help you avoid this situation happening to you again and again and again. Now, with recruitment and with hiring, the overall framework I'm trying to share with you comes in 3 parts, right? The first part is when you're looking to hire a new team member to join your team, a new painter to join your team, and you're hiring when you need someone, that is the most expensive time to do your recruiting. Let me share with you why. Because when you are under the pump and you need someone, you are going to rush the process. More than likely, it's going to go something like this. You're going to put an ad up or put something on social media, or you're going to put it in your network. You're going to get people coming into your inbox and they're going to be asking questions like, what's your rates? How much you pay, mate? Straight away, you are attracting people that only want to come to you because of money. And guess what? Contrary to popular belief, not everybody goes just for money. I know it might be hard to believe, but that's my experience. So, number one problem is if you are recruiting and you are hiring when you absolutely need them, is going to be the most difficult time for recruitment. One, in finding the right person, because you're going to get what you're given. More than likely, because you're under the pump, you're going to take what is on offer and probably more than likely pay overs for it. So I want you to take a step back and go, here's a different way of looking at it. Now, for me and for the people I work with, when we're looking at our team, because our team is a significant part of our business. They're the actual people that get the work done. They're probably one of the most important resources in the business. In delivery, remember in our last episode, we talked about revenue is directly correlated to your ability to deliver at the capacity that you have. Now, if you don't have a good team or enough people in that team, it's unlikely you can deliver and also invoice and get revenue and make profit. So if you take a longer term view, if you're going to be in this game called business for longer than 12 months, and more than likely if you're watching this and you're running a painting business, you're going to be in business longer than 12 months, I want you to take another approach. The approach is work out, now this is maths, get a calculator, work out what is your current invoice rate per painter per week per month, or what is the current production rate per average per painter per week and per month. I'm going to pick round numbers here. This is not about being right or wrong, or you're higher, I'm lower. It's nothing to do with that. This is just math so you can understand how to get out of the trap of not being able to, number one, attract the right painters to your business. Now for this exercise, I'm going to pick the production rate is 4K, which means the invoicing per painter, 4K per week. Now on a 40-week year, because 4 weeks holiday, I believe the production capacity is about $192,000 per painter. So I want you to think about that for a second. In your business right now, and we'll talk about sales, if you go and win and you're in residential repaint, and a residential repaint, you may win a job for 20K, and you may paint that person's house once every 10 years. So that client brings in, after you do the work, 20K worth of revenue. Now, obviously, there's the expenses and paint and labor and material overheads, okay? But that particular client, or you may work in construction and you may paint new homes for a particular builder. And that builder may do 4 50K homes per year, and that's 200K. So it's easy to understand from a sales component, the opportunity cost of winning a job equals revenue. Where most people miss the boat, and the reason why I can share this is 30 years working in the painting industry, this is a consistent thing that we've worked on, things that we've improved on. The reason why we're able to help so many painters move so much more faster in their business is because we understand the fundamental drivers of their business. And this is one of them. We don't get caught up in all the new cool things like TikTok and things like that. And I'm not saying they don't work, but they don't actually drive your pricing. They don't drive the performance, and they sure as shit don't drive building the pipeline in your business. So the reason why I'm very animated right now is because with the right team, you are going to actually be able to move much more faster with much less effort. That's why it's so important to have a recruitment strategy or plan, not the plan that I'm going to hire them when I need them. Because I'm telling you now, you have 100% said to someone, there's no good painters out there. I can't find good people. There's no one good out there. That is not my experience. So to be very clear, we are moving away from getting them when we actually need them, building a plan, ideally over 12 months and ongoing. Now, the reason why I brought in the numbers is so we could actually start thinking about that. Now, let's talk about a residential repaint. You have a sign up, you have a social media ad or Facebook ad or Google ad, whatever it is. And let's say on the bottom end, it costs you $100 to get that lead, right? And then you convert the job and say the cost per residential client, let's say it's $500. So it costs you $500 in getting the lead, converting half of them, your quote time, putting the quote together, all that sort of. So your cost is $500. Your average dollar sale is 20 grand. So you're out of pocket $500 to attract and convert that ideal client. Okay, this is not a marketing podcast, just sharing the numbers here so we can attach it to something else. Do you struggle with a plan in your painting business that's fast, clear, and specific? Our Game Plan Builder turns your chaos into a tailored plan. It's built fast, it's built for you, and it's built to move. Check out the show notes for your copy and download it today. Now, for me, sales isn't only about attracting new clients. You are always selling. If you're in business, you are always selling, whether you like it or not. And if you don't think you are, then you probably suck at it. So when you're out there communicating to the market, either you're talking, you're presenting, you got content, you have a website, you have a persona, people talking about you, there's people out there advertising your business, both to your target market and guess what? Both also to people that may want to come and work with you. So if you take that same logic and go, well, if we're going to invest $1,000 a month in marketing to attract, and that could be your website, your SEO, your Google Ads, Facebook, whatever it happens, signage, wrapping cars, whatever it happens to spend $1,000 a month in attracting our target market clients, how much resources do you divert, spend on attracting the right target painters to your business? How much? How much of your time do you do it? Because time is money. So when you start thinking about, and I just picked 4K per painter per week over 48 weeks is 192K. When you understand the maths, that when you recruit the right person into your business, and that is the production and income that they bring into the business, doesn't it make sense to build a plan to recruit the right people more often and get away from recruiting when you need it and paying overs and not actually understanding the mechanics behind it and lowering the risk. We have this saying in our circle, in our business, and with our clients, always recruiting, not always hiring. Why do I say that? In the marketing sense, you are always recruiting potential leads to come and ask you, can you help them with their services? Right? Am I right or right? I'm right. Why is it any different for recruiting team members? It is way easier. It is much less stressful to be continually attracting the right people, team members and painters to you versus you chasing them. Have you ever felt like uncomfortable chasing a client for work? Do you feel that actually works? It's actually the opposite and reverse, by the way. When you are being needy and chasing a client for work, by default, they run away. This is what happens. When you're in a sales conversation, when you are needy and wanting this more, this person naturally steps away. Great sales is about stepping away and bringing the client to you and being attractive to you and your business. It's exactly the same with recruitment. Become more attractive so your ideal target market, team member, painter, or apprentice, whatever happens to be, wants to come and talk to you. It's a different game now. That's why I love working with painters. I love doing recruitment for our business because I'm not trying to chase anyone. If you are chasing, you are losing by default. It's a very different mindset here. This is why so many people struggle with it, because they are spending so much time chasing the prize. You're the prize. Act like it. Once you understand the maths behind it, and whether it's 3K per week per man, 4, 5, 7, whatever happens to be. Look, I've worked with clients that are anywhere between 3 and mid 7s, 7.5K per painter per week. There's no right or wrong, by the way. There just is what it is. Once you understand the mechanics and you understand what a really good team member is for you, you are more than likely to start thinking outside the box. And you're going to move away from recruitment when you need it. You are going to create a plan. You're going to understand how valuable it is to always be recruiting. Well, another way of saying that is become more attractive more often to your right painters that want to come and talk to you about potentially working to you. So much easier when people coming to you. So less stressful. You don't have that over like, I can't find anyone. When you understand the maths behind that, you can leverage it, and it's a different game right now. Another cool saying we have in our, not just in our business, but in our circle, the painters that we work with and the clients that we work with, is it's much better to hire the right person at the wrong time than hire the wrong person at the right time. Hands down. As uncomfortable as that may sound, if you find the right person with the right values that can fit into your team, even if you don't need them, they will be an asset. They are way, way harder to find than always falling into the trap of hiring the wrong person at the right time because you needed them. You probably already understand this. It's about stopping and thinking about it from a logical perspective and move away from wrong time or right time, wrong person, taking a step back and going, okay, I have the problem that we need someone soon. Great, you're going to bite the bullet and you're probably going to cop it. You may or may not find someone. But start thinking proactively and go, okay, to avoid this happening again. So 12 months from now, why do we have to keep repeating this same thing? Why do we keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result and going, wow, Why are there no good painters? Let's try harder. Let's keep doing the thing that doesn't work, expecting it to change. Or you can take a business perspective view and start thinking about, okay, on a longer time frame, what can we consistently do that's going to help us become more attractive to our ideal team members? Step A, find out exactly where you are right now. Step B is look at where you are or where you want to be in 12 months' time. And most painting businesses I speak to have thought about this and go, well, ideally, Taz, we want to put on 2 new painters and 1 apprentice over the next 12 months, or whatever the number is for you, okay? That's a much smarter strategy because over 12 months, that doesn't seem daunting. It doesn't even seem that difficult. You have a 12-month horizon timeline. You may have 3 painters, 10 painters, whatever that happens to be. Have a longer-term view. Look past tomorrow and go, where do we want this business to be? And always think about attrition. People come and go. So even if you're always recruiting or always hiring, some people move on and you need to replace them. Otherwise, your capacity drops. And guess what happens when your capacity drops? Your invoicing drops. That's just business. So your very first point of call is we need a plan. Guess what? We got this cool tool. It's called the Game Plan Builder, and it's absolutely free. I built this AI-assisted tool on ChatGPT that we're giving away for free, at least for now, that you can use for this specific purpose. It's going to ask you questions. Answer the questions as best you can. You don't need to be a rocket science. It shouldn't 10 to 15 minutes max. If you have the free version, maybe it's slower. If you have the paid version, it'll go much faster. If you haven't got the paid version, you probably should. It's going to speed up your life so much better. Now, this Game Plan Builder is going to help you identify what are the things to stop doing, what is the biggest domino we need to work on first, and how do we move to building a proactive or strategic recruitment plan. Keeping in mind, if you're falling into the trap and hearing that paradigm of there's no good people, there's no good painters, if you continually say that, you're going to continually get it. If you keep trying every time you need someone to recruit and hoping for the unicorn to pop up, there are unicorns, maybe, but I don't know how to find them. Take a step back. Be strategic. This is actually an input problem. From our perspective, the way that we can continually attract and convert the right people, clients, the right team members, is we understand the mechanics of sales. It's not just about attracting clients, it's about attracting team members. There's another component too, but I'll save that for another episode. But anyway, if you are wanting to build a business long term, and you understand that building a team strategically long term is important to your business, because guess what? They are one of the most important resources in your business, because without them, you cannot do the delivery section of your business. And you cannot invoice, which means you cannot collect revenue, and then you cannot make profit. Look at it strategically. Otherwise, you will continually stay in the trap and falling into the rhetoric of there's no good team members, there's no good painters. Got it? Cool. Check out the show notes below. Get access to the Game Plan Builder. It's absolutely free for now. Get the plan mapped out and execute on that plan. Anyway, as usual, stay cool, be well, and see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye. Hey guys, if you got value from today's episode, make sure to subscribe so you never miss expert tips. If you want some support, check out the link in the show notes and see how we can help you. Don't forget to follow us on socials @PainterCoach. Stay cool, be well, and as usual, see you in 2 weeks. Bye.